Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. I want you guys to peep something, and you guys are going to see it in this video when I'm about to present for you guys to see. I told you guys, these people be thinking they slick, and you know who the people is, how they basically always try to change the narrative based off what the narrative is. Now, in case you guys don't know, Avatar, the sequel, is below expectations and is underperforming. Now, globally, it's doing fairly well. It's brought in a total of $800 million, but domestically, it's not faring well. So whether it'll be another Avatar is up for debate. Now, keep in mind, James Cameron said this movie needs to do around $2 billion just to break even. But nevertheless, I want to present something to you. Now, Avatar 2, The Way of the Water, basically took in around $56 million second week of release, and its total gross is around maybe 260 million. So keep in mind, Wakanda Forever brought in 68 million, I think, second weekend of release. So it's still ahead of Avatar, The Way of the Water. Now, keep in mind, opening weekend last week for Avatar 2, The Way of the Water was around 134 million. Now, it underperformed. It didn't meet expectations because keep in mind, the original expectation for this movie was around the same for Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. They was expecting somewhere around between 175 and 180 opening weekend, but then it took in actually around 134. So it didn't really meet expectations. But then at the last minute, you know, they tried to say, the experts tried to say, oh, well, that's what we were expecting in the first place. That's cap. So technically it underperformed. So I want to see if they're going to have the same energy, because it seemed to me a lot of people were gloating. I wasn't gloating. I was just reporting what the numbers was. But a lot of people was gloating by how much Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever dropped second week. So this movie is not going to surpass Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever for number 2, you know, as far as 2022 overall box office. So yeah, technically this movie is underperforming in the States, and they don't want to admit it. But you know, the critics, a lot of people were gloating, and content creators were gloating, making videos about how Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever was underperforming. And technically it didn't really underperform, because at the end of the day, the movie still has brought in around $430 million domestically, and it has since brought in around 800 million globally. Now, keep in mind, they didn't release this movie in China. So to me, this movie somewhat, this movie still performed well. So my thing is, how are you going to say that Black Panther is underperforming domestically, but Avatar, the sequel, isn't? Doesn't make any kind of sense. But y'all know what's up with that. Look at what the cast was for Wakanda Forever versus who's in the movie Avatar 2, The Way of the Water. So there you have it. This was easy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Figure it out. But I'm pretty sure y'all already figured out and where I went with this. Anyway, this your boy Tam Biz. I'm out.